Good morning, good morning, good morning from sunny South Florida. Usually I get on here and I have something uplifting to share and, tell you guys about something. But, I really struggle with this post on what to say, if I should say something. And what I came to terms with in my head is that sometimes if you only share positive things, people start thinking that their life is the only one going through something. They're the only one experiencing something. So this time I decided, you know what? I'm going to share this one. So I just left Expo, and what I'm sharing now has happened numerous times. And I'll tell you at the end why, the reason I decided to share it. So I'm sitting at a happy hour event after one of the days at Expo, and somebody comes up to me and is like, "Hey Daryl, how you doing, man? It's nice seeing you. Blah 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 blah. I watch your videos all the time. Blah blah blah." Then it says, "My name's not Daryl. I know Daryl, and I'll tell him you said hi." Kind of thing. And that has happened over a dozen times. It's happened at Seco, AOA, Expo. It has happened at Vision Source meetings, iDocs meetings. So it's not exclusive to one thing. And I just kind of brushed it off, right? I'm like, it is what it is. A whole bunch of people around me, and they were like, "Oh my God, I'm really embarrassed for her," and blah, blah. "I can't believe this is happening to you." And I'm like, okay, I brush it off. I let it go. It is what it is, right? In my head, when this has happened throughout the years, I'm like, well, Daryl is very popular. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people know him, would have seen his name on articles, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, maybe when I get more popular, they'll stop mixing us two up. And I talk to Daryl all the time, and me and him never really discuss it. Just kind of let it go. Well, I go to lunch with Daryl on the last day before I leave on Saturday. Me and him decide, hey, let's, go to lunch. We do a lot of stuff together, but let's sit down and break bread together. And I just happened to tell him, I was like, "Man, people keep mixing me up for you." Kind of having a drink, having a laugh. And he says, "Yesterday, somebody came up to me and said, 'I love the hats you wear every single time, man. Your hats are just amazing, man. I wish I could pull off hats.'" And he said that's happened to him numerous times. And he's like, "I don't wear hats." And he's like, "You don't wear?" No, I see you in the hats all the time. He's like, "No, you mean Adam." And see, that's when me and him had a laugh and a chuckle. And what is amazing to me is Daryl is a foot shorter than me, 100 pounds lighter than me. On the other end of the spectrum, skin complexion wise, our personalities are very different. And to think that you can mix us two up is crazy. It's not. And then there's only like 5 black people that come to these conferences. Me, Daryl, Janelle Davidson, Ansel Johnson, and there's a couple, I can name like 3 or 4 more other people that come regularly. So you only got to learn 5 names. Like, what I can't understand is, like, I'm not the best with names. So I struggle. Like, I got to have a real good interaction with you. I got to like go out with you a couple times to like get the name, right? I got to practice names. I'm not really good with names. I'm good with faces, but bad with names. But if you would call me Andrew, or if you would call me Anthony or Alex or whatever, you'd be in the ballpark. I'd be like, all right, you knew it was something. You were close. I would have no problem with that. It is the fact that how much diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging is needed in this profession. And nobody fights for it but minorities. It is the microaggressions that, and I'm voicing it because I'm the only one that voices it. Everybody else stays quiet. It's okay. If I don't say it to you, if I don't give you a peek into our world, sometimes people don't realize, we don't need, we can stop talking about that. We can let that go. But the microaggressions it is for somebody to feel like my self-worth, all you know about me is the color of my skin, there's a lot more to me. There's a lot more to the depth and breadth of what I provide and what I give to this profession. And it is hard. This has happened numerous times. And I literally have been fighting with this in my head. Like, why do you keep mixing me up? Like, we're not even close. Like, why is that even? But you got his name correct, Daryl Glove. They know exactly his name. It's just that you're talking to the wrong person. Like, the microaggressions that we have to experience is why I say diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging is still needed. Now, I have been fighting for this. I've been saying for it, not because I want to. I do not want to come on this video and tell you guys what I have to go through. And I'm not saying that it is the worst thing that has ever happened to be mixed up for such a popular and nice guy as Darrell Glover. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying other people have not gone through worse and all that. No, I'm just voicing what I'm going through and what I experienced and what I have to, in my head. And to say, I need non-minorities to speak up. I want to see non-minorities fight for diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. Think of it as a woman. If you were mixed up for another woman over and over and over and over and over again, you're like, hold on, there's a lot of us here. Why could you not figure that out? How could you not? Because you could come up to somebody and be like, you look familiar. What's your name? Suzette. I can't get it. That's okay. But the microaggressions that minorities have to face is a lot. And I want to see a day and a time in which diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging is championed by non-minorities. Can somebody else say, you know what, we really should add this into our curriculum, where we have to do a course once a year, or for our licensure, the same way I had to do HIV/AIDS course, the same way I had to do human trafficking course. I had to do all that stuff for my licensure. Why can we not say, you know what, these microaggressions have to stop? How we are perceiving what we do, at the end of the day, we got to work on it. It's got to be a priority. The NAACP, a lot of times that was started by white brothers and sisters, white people that decided that, you know what, I got to champion a cause. I have to stand up for this. And I don't want people to be like, oh, 2020 is over. George Floyd is over. We don't need this. We don't need that. No, it is still needed out here. And I would really love for somebody else's voice to come out, and somebody else's voice to champion what is needed in this profession, and realize that we really got to do better. And I would love for people that are in those boardrooms, that are on those seats, to say, you know what, we got to do a better job of teaching. We got to do a better job of providing opportunities, to provide spaces, to provide more for people that are not the norm, for people that are not there. Because you can go around the expo floor and maybe see 5, maybe 10 black doctors that came there, and you got thousands of people there. I would love to see somebody, not a minority. I talk about it because you don't. The day somebody else starts talking about it, I can be quiet because I'm outside my office. I got patients to go see right now, but I'm stopping to make this video to show. And I really struggle with this video. I really struggle with what to say. Should I say something? Should I not? But I feel like if I only share you the positive things, people feel like people don't hurt. People don't have any feelings. People don't have any issues or problems. And there stuff in this profession that I would really love to see some non-minorities champion. Really love to see some people stand up and say, you know what, I want to put some money behind these things. I want to put some opportunities behind these things. I want to find a way. And don't let legislation, don't let anything else stop you. Say, you know what, I'm going to find a way to work around it. Whatever the rules are, let's find a workaround, because it's important. So, it's not the end of the world, but it's important to me. It's not the end of the world, but it's important to other people that we are heard, seen, and there's more to us than the color of our skin. There's more to the depth and breadth of these stories. There's more that we can give and give back to this profession. But I would love to see somebody else champion diversity, equity, inclusion. Get out there, be on the main stage, or be in the boardrooms and stand up and say, hey, what are we doing here? And hold that boardroom, hold those executives, hold those companies, hold those schools, hold these organizations, hold these private equity companies, hold all these stuff accountable to say, hey, we really need to do this. I want to see, what do you guys believe in? What do you guys believe in besides profit? That's my story. That's where I'm at. A couple of things happening at Expo. I'm really chewing on if I should share that as well. But tell me what you think. Like, comment, share, send it to somebody. I'd appreciate it. Thanks.